I think we're running 30 minutes late, but we had been a discussion by now. We listened to your talk in the morning, so we started to share a couple of points and actually them. And these are the communities which are rare communities, in fact, and we introduced to them to you, and first I will introduce sir and the communities who are there. Though we are running 30 minutes late, we'll try to speed up the discussion in 30 minutes, and then 20 minutes probably what kind of action agenda that will develop in the ecosystem. So I'll introduce myself, myself Niranjan. I am working with this startup ecosystem activities a bit more interested in entrepreneurship and everything else. Dr. Agarwal is another. So I will first introduce Professor Anil, who is the present chairperson of AICTE, All India Council of Technology Education. And this is one of, I think, the largest body in that kind in any of the part of this world, having 10,000 plus institutions and huge opportunities, in fact, for the entire 1.2 billion people. In fact, so far his other accolades are concerned, you know it very well, but I will define a bit more unique way to this audience. By the way, this audience belongs to the entire startup community of the city and the state. I will introduce them again. But Professor Sahasra Buddhe had been in IIT Guwahati for a long time, seen a typical elite ecosystems teaching in Northeast when the entire IIT Guwahati was taking off. And then he went to COEP, College of Engineering, Pune, and in fact, he's one of the rare kind of director of an institution and teachers who himself co-founded an incubator called How Institute that he started there along with two of his friends who had been here. In fact, two of them had been here before. And you know, I was going through this document last time when I interacted with their colleagues, and they told initially their idea was to create 1,000 entrepreneurs from the alumni of COEP. And then later on, when they met Dr. Kalam, he somehow told, I exactly remember the statement that they have mentioned in the website. They said that we will not die before creating 1,000 entrepreneurs from our colleges. And then Dr. Kalam told that why not to scale it up in a more vast way. And they have mentioned in their website that, when he was the director of COEP, that we will rather build 1,000 institutional capacities rather than only looking at 1,000 entrepreneurs. How do you really create an institutional capacity? And I think what they wish now, they have got a chance being in the capacity of 10,000 institute and finding 1,000 institute and building a capacity. He is a rare person of that stature. Dr. Agarwal is the Vice Chancellor of GTU and leading all this initiative. I introduced Sukla, the director of EDI. Swamiji was one of the founding pillar of the entire innovation and entrepreneurship movement when he started. In fact, you might be thinking, how come? But it is, that's fine. And he started in 10th of July 2010 in Rajkot, and it was a rainy day. I think it was a heavy rainy day. Rajkot never gets that much of rain. But in 2010, when he started, 800 students came all across Saurashtra. People generally believe that people in Saurashtra sleep in the afternoon, but sometimes we saw 800 people coming together and getting innovation talks at that point of time. And this was the first meeting on innovation by anybody in this entire state, and that happened Ramakrishna. So, Professor, I will just, they will quickly introduce themselves from this ecosystem, and they will probably interact. We try to make it pretty informal and try to share what kind of activity they are doing. And Dr. Rajul Gajar is the Dean of the Postgraduate Program in the university and the Principal of Vishwakarma Government Engineering College. He was also acting Vice Chancellor in some break this time.
The director at GTU.
Yeah, he is also the director at GTU. Yeah. So, we just have a quick introduction.
Hi, I'm an entrepreneur based in Gujarat, and I'm also a curator with Ahmedabad Global Shapers, which is an initiative of the World Economic Forum. It's a youth organization which does activities for the community.
Myself, Vikas Agarwal. We run a private incubator called Innovify, where we provide seed startups, support to startups, and we help them and pass them on to the accelerators altogether.
Hello sir, I'm Atit Bajaj. I founded this company Start51.com, which is a crowdfunding portal, an indigenous crowdfunding portal. And with the VC sir's blessings, we experimented with crowdfunding initiator, out of which I think 5 companies have raised capital at seed level.
And they are all student companies in hostel towns.
Yeah.
I think you had about 7 of them who got the funding.
We have some cases.
So 2 of them got offline. So yeah.
We can throw some insights from the strategy.
Hello everyone, I am Shulat Parekh. I run Ventures through Renewables, and we basically do research kind of stuff in solar thermal technologies.
He is a final year student entrepreneur, professor, He has 3 patents. One is an US patent and an European PCT granted. And his technology is 200 times superior than the present global technology which is available now. So in solar collector efficiency, initially the technology used to give 28% efficiency, and this fellow has given 63% efficiency. And by the way, he's still in the final year. He's yet to clear some papers.
Namaskar, I am Bhagyesh Soneji. I am the chairperson of Western Region of Associated Chamber of Commerce and Industries. I am also the chairperson of Foreign Trade Committee of Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industries. I myself is an entrepreneur. I can connect with these startups very well because I am a startup of 1996. I came from Sambalpur, Orissa, from a small town, and I give credit to my professors for whatever I am today. And I might not be officially representing any startup organization, but on my personal basis, because by God's grace I am very successful now. So one of my office is always given to startups since 2001, and I have funded them heavily. Lost, but I am really happy that I made experience and they made experience. They would be growing in future. My connection with startup now is very heavily convincing Gujarat government to have not only startup scheme but to have startup policy which comes under industry. Startup scheme is coming under finance and startup policy comes under industry. They are future industrialists. If we ignore them today, tomorrow GDP will be ignored. Their productivity won't be accumulated in GDP. I have one suggestion which I am taking chance now, that startups and incubators are
Should we take this
different.
session later on?
They are
After the
different.
session?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will come. We'll come. We'll just quickly introduce and then come.
Bhagyesh has been associated with us actually in our global studies program. Under global studies, we run the national days. So she has been a regular person at our national day celebrations. We have celebrated 50 countries' national days. I think you must have been there in at least 30 of them.
Maybe 45.
She speaks better. Sir, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Murthy. I work now in Confederation of Indian Industry, heading a technology and IPR division in Ahmedabad.
Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Anil Pandey. I am the part of the CI Technology and IPR division, and basically I facilitate micro small industries, including startup innovator, for protecting their intangible assets.
Murthy, are you not associated with the CII and also with
He told he's
I'm part of CII with CII heading the Knowledge Application Facilitation Center. Your own baby.
Yeah, I'm Haren from Peach Computers, Gandhinagar. I'm interested in students starting their own units.
He started an incubator 5 years before Ahmedabad started in 2000 year production. In fact, they experimented in private model rather than that shifted to IIT Kanpur's Shilby incubator, which Professor Funny and other people are managing now. In fact, that got experimented in Ahmedabad in 1995-96, I think. That, there are a couple of young entrepreneurs. In fact, they came together from industry, from industrial background.
Now he is co-chair of our Gandhinagar. So we have 25 innovation circles. One is at Gandhinagar. So the Gandhinagar BTU Innovation Circle is co-chaired from industry side by
Sai, please.
Hi, I'm Krishna Sai. I'm an innovator. I've been developing the assistive technologies for differently abled people.
We'll talk about a brief case we are going to present today. He studied in Gita University in Andhra Pradesh. He posted in this Facebook wall telling that I need a support of IP and basic IP support. I'm a student. I can't afford $100,000 of going into IP filing. And lawyers from Ahmedabad came in contact in Facebook, brought him up, paid his travel ticket here, facilitated filing an IP. We gave him an award in Rashtrapati Bhavan last time, and I gave him an award for this technology. Again, he came back to Gita University, and finally, 2 of the incubators bootstrapped him, brought him in Ahmedabad, and now getting the company is incubated. So he has marketed throughout this country, and the good part of this ecosystem probably is this is what we really miss in this world.
Magnetic.
How do you connect? That is the kind of thing that we need to talk about here. I will bring it.
Hello sir, I am Priyanka. I represent CII, which is Ahmedabad Incubator. We support enterprises in 3 sectors: social impact, specifically healthcare and agri, clean energy, and information communication technology.
Hello sir, my name is Satya Acharya. I'm a faculty with Entrepreneurship Development Institute.
Namaste sir, I am from Kendall Legal and Krishna is one of our products. We are the only law firm in India which is working for startups. And
That's
most
free.
of the
That's free.
and mostly free and that he's the completely free product of us and he won the award of the 2014 Innovation of the Year. And so there are many other startups for which we are working for free.
You know, Professor, the story is like this. DST runs an award called DST Lockheed Martin Award, right? You know, this fellow got selected, he went to Silicon Valley, and there he realized that Lockheed Martin want to acquire his IP. And there are companies like Nike and Reebok he has developed a shoe for blind people using tapping technology. It got tested in Blind People Association in Ahmedabad with a 99% accuracy and giving perfect results. But when he knew that his product is not going to help the people who really need it, it is going to be Nike or Lockheed Martin for making a defense boot of 10,000 rupees, he told, sorry, I want to pack my bag and go India. And he came back, trying to build his product into 1,000 rupees, being a final undergraduate student of a typical AICTE college. So probably these are the generic issues that we need to address in the policy systems in place. So how do we find more science, more people like him studying in any college in Geetham? We thought probably they could be the real representative of the ecosystem.
Good afternoon everyone, I am Pradeep Tiwari. I am a special correspondent in Africa today. So a journalist by profession and an activist,
Startup activist by interest. He's a journalist by profession and a startup activist. Professor, he could let Gujarat government literally come up and say, yes, we can. Before even the 15th August speech could happen, and they are featuring, every Tuesday they are featuring young student startups in the cover pages, telling that this is the next generation which is going to sell. So how media can play a role in building the ecosystem that he represents that in.
I'm Mahesh Vola. I head an incubator at Ahmedabad University. Ahmedabad University is a part of Ahmedabad Education System. I'm part of Gujarat University. Incubator is called Venture Studio. We formed 4 years ago in collaboration with National University's Center for Design Research.
I'm Vimal Parikh, I'm alumni of IIM Ahmedabad, interested in the startup space. As part of our alumni association, Paresh and I, we have invited one of the veteran startup players, that is Taxi for Short founder, to deliver his experiences on 25th of this month. So all of you are invited, and if you give your cards to me or
we can share an email.
Through Hiranbhai, we will send the emails to everybody. It's an open public lecture, so all are invited, and you can really learn what to do, what not to do.
In fact, Professor, one great thing they told once in a study cycle that they said that Ahmedabad is the only space where you have an IIM, one IIT, one NID, one planning college, you have everything else of higher education, one MICA communication and now somehow the interlinks, because in ecosystem, this interlinks get wisdom. So some alumni are around, he heads this IIM Ahmedabad's local alumni chapter. They started a study group that he is coordinating. 50-60 of influencer alumni coming together and telling PMO and everybody, look, this is something is not going right. You have to put it in place. They're getting the finance minister in place, telling that he create a macro fund, create support the seat level systems. So I think that kind of actors they have nothing stakes involved directly into the game, but the kind of influence that they bring in is quite big.
I'm UT Rao. I'm a micro professor and I also look after Master's Incubator and PhD Incubator.
And Professor Rao are those kind of breed of incubator professor will appreciate who brings in typical entrepreneurial learning from incubator to his classmates, which we even found rare in IIMs to happen. And the kind of environment they could do in the incubation space and taking those learning into the real case studies into a management program, that this is what happened. A couple of these incubators are here today who are being students of GPU's colleges will share some of these things what they looked at. Professor, as you know, I will just quickly introduce because it will take time. Yes, he is a student startup. He passed out recently into the healthcare e-commerce domain, and his age is quite low, but his balance sheet is quite high. So it's well to define him. Jabez again is a student startup into media strategy. They have 3 million users in their platform. They passed out last year from college, and they have also employed a decent amount of people. Mitesh is doing a beautiful e-commerce platform in Ahmedabad. They have got traction from big VC firms by now, but he's trying to get settled in their own domain. He's also an MBA pass out from the local college here. Kumar Manish, again the present curator of the Global Safer Hubs in Ahmedabad, and he was a part of Atil's initiative with GTU. We'll share you one case how seed supports are extremely crucial in typical institutions like AICT colleges, and some of our team members here from IPR in GTU Innovation Council, Amit, Sailesh and all other colleagues who are helping to facilitate this environment. We have an IP cell here who facilitates frugal IP filing and all these ways, because anyhow, it is not the case that only Sai-like people are struggling in Visakhapatnam. The students in Gujarat also are struggling to file a patent because they can't afford 1 lakh rupees of PCT cost. So probably this is what the brief introduction we wanted to give you. Swamiji, every of you might be knowing. By the way, Swamiji also is a mechanical engineer by, he's very, I mean, those are the kind of CVs that he will never write, but he has been a product of MIT in Manipal. 3 of his colleagues have become 3 CEOs of 3 global companies. One is from the Nokia CEO, the Microsoft CEO are his batchmates, in fact, at MIT Manipal. And we traveled with Swamiji when the G2 Innovation School started in council. He personally traveled to 100+ colleges to convince, rather in joking, I will tell you, when we used to travel in colleges, people used to think, kuch chanda chahiye. That was the kind of response we used to get. We used to get. But he used to tell, we are not here to take, we are here to give you. And when Swamiji used to tell the colleges, the students have to give you, they used to think, what these guys will give us, So those are the kind of things that we got. I think, Professor, so by introducing each of these people, we wanted to share with you that probably this is the typical way we build an ecosystem. And the center of these ecosystems are those students in colleges who are generally coming under university like GTU and systems like AICT. And most of the startups who are present here today are from non-elite campuses, but in fact they have done beautiful impact by now. So 3 things we will talk for 3 minutes, and then we'll first listen some of their 1-minute inputs from your side. What you think could be critical inputs that as an university systems or entrepreneurship systems, coming to the point that he came here to give a talk on Startup India, Startup India, and in that context, what are the kind of thing that we can build in. And then probably, finally, he will give a 10-minute summary, probably after listening to all of your needs and something like that. And then probably a couple of outpoints, which could be a vision document kind of thing, what we can create later and share with you maybe. And maybe you can do it for other ecosystems in Delhi, in Pune, in Bangalore and all. And probably those are the kind of, because the views will be quite unique in socio-cultural context. So I will start 3 cases in 2 minutes. One is Takshil. Could you stand up, please? So Takshil is a student of GTU now in 2nd year. He's in computer science guy, right? Yeah. So he started a company, Professor, he used to come to the GTU's hackathon. This building is open 24/7, so people come and do hackathons and all these things. One day he came as a student of first year, and then he told, I also want to start something. And he told that, look, my parents are not going to look me as CEOs. They want me as a big Sakari servant somehow, but I don't want to go that. In the first typical semester, he started a small enterprise. His idea was inspired by the Bharat Vikas Group's people like Hanumanji and all these people. Hanumanji rather tried to facilitate enterprises by giving services. They told, we will reverse it, we will facilitate the actors like the jeweler, the plumbers and all, and facilitate and value add them. Swamiji, that was what you told that speech, right? By the time of 2nd year engineering, at the age of 20, they built an enterprise, they learned how to file a patent, how to register a company through the actors, free of cost. Because they can't afford 20,000 rupees to go for registering a company, but people like Manushree came in and they told, okay, if you want to get and file a company, I can get it done. So people like them can register a company, people like Atit came in and told, look, this is the way you have to go for the funding. This fellow presented in the business plan competition in IIM Ahmedabad, and Priyanka and others arranged this competition in IIM last quarter, in which a group from Singapore came to invest in ideas. And this fellow got selected with a commitment of 50 lakhs rupees of seed support to start. And the story didn't stop here. Came one day and told us, look, the real problem is, I can't tell my father that I'm starting a company and getting 50 lakhs of bucks. That's what he won't accept, right? So why don't you allow me to register my company in college campus like this, so that he won't know, and I can also run by 4 years. Even if it succeeds, fine. Even if it fails, we'll learn. And then he went to the principal of this college. He told, sir, please allow me to register this company in hospital, something like that. But some of the regulatory issues not facilitated. Right? So they can't register a company in hospital, he can't go into a private space because he's a student. And then we did a survey to find out how many Takshil-like people are there in the city, who are students in colleges, in private colleges or government colleges, who are setting up enterprises, but because of some tweaking in the policy system, they are not able to facilitate even if they are in the merit limit. So we found 117 startups of those categories in Ahmedabad. And I believe if you can scale it up in 625 districts, I don't believe they are only in cities, this could be a huge demand. So now what kind of strategy we develop from the ecosystem point of view that even those students who are in colleges, typically a DST approved incubator do not take a student enterprise. In 99% cases, I think in 90% cases, a DST incubator do not take an incubator who is a student enterprise. And now we are talking about integrating incubation into the academic system. So probably we need to look at the systems and processes.
You see, basically what we have done is, first of all, at the university, we should be able to provide in
Absolutely, yeah.
That is one thing. So it is for him and you to decide over here whether you accept him as an incubator, as an incubating. And if you accept him, then he will have an address.
No, but the ROC compliance of the company is lodged needs little bit clarification, because if incubators, like Priyanka will clarify that, if it is an incubator officially, a lot of people can use that address for registration of companies. But if it is not an incubator and just a facilitation center, then ROC needs an NOC. So some of these things can be tweaked. These are not big rockets to fire at. These are some clarification that need to be done.
I think there should be some way, because...
But then people like you should take up these things.
This is what we should get done, and particularly because we have our legal friend here.
Yeah.
They should be able to sort out this problem for us.
But
so we have no issue with that. And secondly, we will have to sort these issues out, because we are requesting the colleges to put up innovation homes.
Yeah.
You know, our policy
The
requires
5,000
square feet in each institution for innovation.
Yeah.
Now, when that policy comes in, then there will be students in those innovation homes.
Every college will get this.
Who will have to register.
So generic solution will be
So
demanded.
we will have to find a solution. I think there should be a possible legal
Absolutely.
solution.
So we're just taking you through the kind of initial challenges that we face. So this is the case, and he has somehow convinced the investors now to get it done, and he has already 17 people getting employed. So you're a first year engineering student professor, 17 people getting employed. That's the way then the Prime Minister will have an easy sleep in the night, having the pressure of 10 lakhs of PhD. Otherwise, scaling and talking and doing things will not be happening somehow. So typically we'll take a second case in which a very good initiative called crowdfunding initiative, which Professor Agarwal also mentioned in the talk in the morning, and Atif is here. So Professor, one of the major issues that this ecosystem really understood is, you know, that Gujarat is a typically different design, as you mentioned in your speech, by its entrepreneurial community by itself. Somehow, this state created the venture fund way before that anybody could create. GVFL was in public enterprise in 1980s. Then they started creating angels and now thinking of something. What happened in this game, what we realize now is actually hundreds of these students actually don't need a venture fund now. They need a seed level support to go to the angel level of demands. And we found that 80% of this mortality rate of the students from the experience of Kerala in this 4 years of undergraduate program is directly correlated to a seed support system that you used to mention today in your speech of 1 crore grant in industry or something. So what actually we tried in crowdfunding experiment is one student who is here came up with an idea. He told, I need just 2 lakh rupees to take my idea to next stage. And now no angel is going to give you 2 lakhs rupees because then for transaction cost of managing the fund is high. So no angel will come, right? So he came to university, Dr. Rawal arranged a program called Crowdfunding Initiative. Atit, being a crowdfunding platform, never charged a penny for transactional cost for this thing, as again, as an ecosystem actor came for free. They managed to raise 2.8 lakhs from the crowdfunding experiments. And the moment they managed to get 2.8 lakhs as a crowdfunding experiment, within 30 days they got a traction of 60 lakhs of angel fund into the company. And before that fund of 2.8 lakhs and 60 lakhs, they were literally in the verge of closing of the company. And they are in the final year of engineering students in Bhuj.
They must be crying.
They might be crying in Bhuj. And by the way, they were in Bhuj. So now, Professor, one angle, probably people from finance sector are here. One thing came up from the GTU's experiment and other ecosystem actors we learned is we need to create bit more what Bhagesh Madam you talked, pre-incubation systems into the academic systems, pre-seed support and seed support. Because if you support, so one dream that we used to have from these guys in this ecosystem is, I think, I don't know the exact feature, but probably you produce 2 million of engineers per year from ICT, including the diploma and degrees. So one of the bold dream that we used to think is, why not even 0.5% of success rate, if you assume the final projects and all. If that get converts, we get 10,000 startups. And one startup in 10 years creates 100 indirect jobs. So So 1 million jobs in 10 years of break-even could be a beautiful strategy that they promised us. So only thing is, now in GTU's context, in this central hub here, we were able to facilitate some 50, 60, 70 of these kinds. We did a survey when Dr. Agarwal told me that why don't you find out in Rajkot and remote places. So surprisingly, the fact was there are more people working there than in Ahmedabad. So in a typically affiliated type system in states, where you have colleges and everything outside of remote places, how do you facilitate? So rather calling them to service, how do you take the service to them? How do you facilitate in the college level or something like that, at the clusters level or something? So and then I think you got 60 lakhs of funds, and then I think now how much of what kind of value that you have been able to create by now?
So right now, I would like to say that we made a hurry in collecting those 60 lakhs.
No, but be quick.
Yeah. So basically, right now we are targeting on users, and right now we have valued our firm at 3.5 crores.
Okay. So coming to the summary point is now Professor to the point. So Ateet's crowdfunding experiment of 2.2 lakhs resulting in 3.3 crore valuation of job creation in a span of 6 months. And if these missing links were there, then probably this could have been a real challenge for missing it. And that's the point when you look at your blog, when you say 1,000 startups and 1,000 institutions to capacity building. I think probably these are the kind of learning that we like. So third case we will talk to you. Third case, Sarath. Sarath is typically that entrepreneur that we discussed, but his case was quite a bit different. So if you look at the incubation ecosystem, we have a couple of incubators who incubate high technology. Because in engineering, only IP and ICT is not the only branch. You personally come from manufacturing sector. So being a student of mechanical engineering, if you go to a typical incubator who is supported by DST, you will say, look, your break-even timing, all these proof of concepts, everything is dangerous. And this fellow taught us one big lesson, and which recently, I am Ahmedabad, published a case study professor on him, and on Harvard Business Review on this fellow, before he could pass out from his college. And the learning was very simple, that we need to create more support system in the prototype level. Because still you don't build a manufacturable prototype or a proof of concept. How do you take them into the value proposition of a market? And therein probably the experts like them will comment on this idea. And जब तक वो उनको 50,000 रुपए नहीं मिलेगा, 50 करोड़ की करोड़पति से कुछ फर्क नहीं मिलना उनको. They are going to not make the balance sheet at that point of time. And the moment he could get that 5-10 lakhs in the beginning in a battering through a local entrepreneur, the beauty of Gujarat's ecosystem was probably everybody used to contribute everybody, without thinking who is he, who is me, and something like that. He could get to the next level. And today, Professor, his company is valued at 28 crores. And recently, when he was interviewed by a Paris team, they came here. How the energy sector? Which company? The US company we were talking about, the solar energy company that you mentioned. Got this guy's interviewed in I. The US company, the lady was working for.
She was working with the Sun Addition.
The largest energy company of the world, run by people like Elon Musk and all, are looking young innovators from colleges of state technology universities and for vision like this or maybe other institutions. So the only question is, how do we get traction of these people? Because they came in the hackathon, they participated in some talks, or maybe Professor Rao like people bootstrapping some of the incubators and a couple of more. But how do we systematize those things? So I think these are three, and the fourth case before the discussion is Sai himself. Professor, sometimes we believe that the support system, the innovator, the university, and the facilitation mechanism do not need to be at one place. Sometimes we have given too much of emphasis on infrastructures and building like incubators. As far as I have seen your COEP incubator people working in the classrooms, going connected to Pimpri Chinchwad industry whereas they are getting a mentor and going a business plan done. I think those are the kind of models that we need to look at. Otherwise, you cannot scale up. If you look at the statistical data, out of 5,000 incubators, we have 75 in India. Compared to global 5,000, if 75 incubators, if you look at the population density and demand of the number of graduates, one Korean Korean president of Korea Institute of Science and Technology, in fact, joked me in one of the conferences he told, when I told that we produce 2 million engineers in India, he told this is 5 times the number of babies that Korea produces. And if you harness these 2 million people in terms of creativity and innovation, you create tremendous things with them. So, but when you meet up people like Sai, and the beauty of these students, Swamiji, that you mentioned in your talk today in the Google Hangout to all the 500 colleges, that need-driven and compassion-driven things. This fellow getting a good deal from Lockheed Martin in Silicon Valley, getting a bad deal from Nike, getting a 10,000 rupees shoe for a defense purpose, having a study loan for his study in Geetham University in their place, having the passion and confidence to come back to India, saying no to these big people, and trying to set up proves enough that there are thousands of such skills existing systems. How do we really facilitate those people? That's what you were talking the talk today in the Hangout in GTU. that how do we really support these people? Because these are passionate people who left some big opportunities and came to our ecosystem to get benefited. So how do we really create? And by the way, he is able to produce the prototype in 2,500 rupees now. The Blind People Association in Ahmedabad tested his product. And one of the beautiful sentence one blind person told, which I will tell all the people here, is, they took the blind person one step each and nobody picked him up. He climbed the stairs without picking anybody. And the last floor of the building, they opened the door, which is typically the open space. This fellow took the food and then told, look, there is no more stairs ahead. And this fellow told, first time this innovation has not only given me an eyesight, but given me a vision to define myself as a blind person using a technology. So this fellow told me that, sir, how much of value I create by money is a different thing. When this blind person said to me that, मुझे अभी सिर्फ देखने का ही नहीं मौका मिला, मुझे एक vision मिला. Those are the kind of values that they have been able to create. And now somehow he got migrated to Ahmedabad, got some free mentors here, or pro bono mentors here, and getting it done. And he also got traction from Startup Village in, I think, in Andhra Pradesh. The Chandrababu Naidu came and get 100 kids there, though he is coming here for pre-incubation grooming here and there. So I think these are a typical case that I wanted to share to the audience, also to you, that this is the kind of India that is emerging today, and probably that is the right time when the Prime Minister says Startup India and Stand Up India. They are already standing up. How do you really let them stand high with a more dignified manner and more dignified fashion and supporting system? So one of our humble aim is probably that you also aimed 8 years before when this Bhau Institute came in, that how do we convert around 2 million students every year projects and all these things to 10,000 startups and 1 million jobs a year down the line, and maybe the value that they create in this process. So I think the audience also got a fair view of all these things by now. So we'll have a quicker inputs from each of you from your domain. What do you think could be a significant insight in terms of, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention, because a lot of IP experts are here. In fact, in GTU, the IP experiment was quite unique. And we started with a huge IP literacy program in which 6,000 teachers got trained and more than around 4 lakhs patents got reviewed by students. Because of what? Because of one ordinance that he could pass, convincing his deans that every student has to study 10 patents before he get a project done. And these are the kind of bold initiatives. These are, we call them as zero cost interventions. So if you can classify the macro strategy in 3 parts: zero cost, low cost, and medium cost. We don't believe anything is high cost, because we're not talking about buildings. So he introduced that, 4.5 lakh patents got reviewed. Even a polytechnic student in Surendranagar Government College told, there is something in the syllabus I have to study and done. This guy, at the age of 18, filed one patent, and Pandeyji and others helped for pushing that thing ahead. In fact, and today, what is the valuation that he is demanding, and what is your suggestion? 3 crore? 3 crore is the technology transfer valuation of a diploma student project, and this fellow comes and defines like this: I am the only diploma student of a government polytechnic under this university, under this India in 50 years, was filed a patent, and he earns much more than my principal is. So probably, I think, that made the day, in fact. We never thought that we could loop the polytechnics as the hub of knowledge creations. And when they came, the Patent Controller General came here a couple of weeks back for a half-an-hour meeting with these 20 kids who are from nowhere in elite colleges. He came for 30 minutes, he sat for 5 hours. Because these people, he told one thing bluntly, Professor, is Nirmala Sitharaman and other ministers are talking in Delhi what kind of IP strategy we need to make for commercial benefit. And the Patent Controller General told, without interacting such cases, whatever we will make will meet a significant population of the sectors. Because these are the knowledge hubs of IP creation, which we do not consider even as a source. We always consider these fields as the sink. How do we consider these ecosystems as a source rather? And what kind of facilitation we can do? Only incentivize Dr. Rawal could take a bold step is we should give some good marks, unko thoda sa credits there around, and that inspired the students. We never get a 1 rupee into the process. But I think that was what I think Pandeyji, thanks to you, in fact, they needed free of cost. We didn't have a patent search engine before. We hired it recently, probably. But CIA told, look, till you get it, we are going to make it free. So I think that's the kind of the real ecosystems roles comes in. And I think for 2 years we facilitated without asking what kind of return you will get or something like that. And I think that gives a spirit to this ecosystem, Professor, is how exactly things can be done. I remember when Professor Yuti, one startup needed a space somewhere overnight, midnight, and I told that no incubator is going to take me because I have a huge team, than incubation size. I called him in midnight. They don't call him generating big time. But he told, okay, look, I have an incubator. I mean, if they can manage, I'm going to get the seat. And he arranged the enterprise in the very struggling period when he has started his first year and get into this loop, because not in a very, very bureaucratic manner, but facilitated. So I think the only one thing, this is the one unique ecosystem in the entire country probably is, without having an external agency to sanction incentive. What Kuldeep told, despite government is not able to take it by now and pushing it, what Vagesh is trying to push it to the system, despite not having an external sanction, the internal integrity and internal desire has built in the ecosystem. So how do we really create an organic linkages between these internal systems and facilitating, and probably people like you, when you talk these things in buzzwords, I think students get motivated enough. When AICTE chairman talks that, we should have 10,000 people like that, or thousands of patents, something like that, probably more startups we can create. So that's what we said. So I think we could have a quick inputs from any of you. You can raise your hands and questions. Yeah.
So some inputs related to AICTE's area from the perspective of a university and education. One is related to flexibility of curriculum, building in various years so that it allows much more of prototyping, project work, and even breaks from studies, and again come back and complete studies. We don't say non-condition, but allows breaks and re-entry. Other part of much more support and sort of encouragement for labs and prototyping.
Yeah.
Particularly in the early years, because when the person actually starts a startup, they rarely have time to do all that. And then they have to work against the time in the market. So if they form a good base of learning, technical base in terms of actually doing things by hand, which unfortunately we don't have a welcome system where we work by hand, marching or chanting. We don't prepare our garage.
One request that he used to make to us sometime, that can we allow the students to use the labs and others after college time? Because all the license of softwares and IP protocols of everything are for the whole day and night. The colleges are using for 6 hours. If startups or student entrepreneurs want to leverage the workshop after 6 p.m., and some colleges they are ready, that kind of encouragement, then I think every college agreed. And he came to the local engineering college here, he put a request कि बच्चे काम करना चाहते हैं क्लास के बाद आप उसको पूरा इक्विपमेंट तो आप लाइसेंस तो देते हैं पूरे दिन रात के लिए, आप क्यों नहीं खोलेंगे? And then the college came up, in fact, and they told them they created a win-win situation. In fact, the principal was a little bit hesitant in the initial that how do we manage in a government system to create a peer and a clerk who's sitting in front of the gates. But in fact, they could resolve that, and they would talk to the commissioner and then got a resolution done that if students are demanding fast time, you also mentioned in the lecture that 10 minutes तो सुनते नहीं, और यहाँ पे 10 बच्चे आके कह रहे हैं हमको extra पढ़ाओ. So something is happening. So I think that was what he also suggested. With that, we did it in 2010 in fact. Yeah.
But the whole thing
Yeah.
is the hostel itself.
Yeah, we started that, Swamiji. In fact, the student, we told that, even if the students will bunk in the class and learn something, let them learn in the hostel, they don't go outside the campus, Yeah.
The other part is very strong, bigger link, much stronger linkages between the mainstream education for polytechnics and ITIs, because a lot of these experimenters arise from that. And you already gave an example of somebody who.
Yeah, Pandey ji was.
And in the late 30s, there was a quote from Mahatma Gandhi that we did not have inventors like Crompton and Hargreaves because of our vicious system of considering the crafts as different from education and learning. If we had not considered it, we would have had great inventors from our crafts. We would say in late 30s, but I think it's very relevant now.
Yeah.
Countries like Singapore has done much more, and I think AICTE is now into skills and linking it up. So I've heard you. In fact, I've heard Professor Sahasrabudhe talk about initiatives to look at COEP related to skills. Like one of our IIT Bombay alumni meets in Goa. That's something which we need to strengthen the link with ITIs and polytechnics, both in terms of regulatory wise and also the bridging in terms of curriculum. I think regulation wise it is okay because people can go from ITIs to polytechnics to polytechnics. Bridging of curriculum and using a lot of cross-functional synergies, probably is not more than.
In fact, Professor mentioned one thing in the lecture today that he wants 5 credit in semesters in MOOC. In fact, Professor, when you ask the students here, how do you learn business plan making? You have not been in MBA college. They told me go to this Coursera, there is Sam Altman's lectures in YouTube and all these things. We are using them. And the moment you legalize those things or legitimize those things, not 10 startups, there will be 100 startups you'll be getting it. because they think they're learning it from that point. I mean, they're going through the startup schools by Paul Graham and all these things are happening in Silicon Valley. There's a lot of better contents available on the internet, and they are using that. When I asked a couple of students, they are using that. So probably in that sense, it can be done. One media person just declared that apart from DNA and Economic Times, now Divi Bhaskar also want to promote startups by giving them columns so that they can get more motivation. Somebody from Divi Bhaskar is here, so I think these are the kind of things that's coming up. So media is not just coming for interview; they are coming to contribute. And that's the best spirit that an ecosystem can have. Any quicker suggestion from your side, please?
I'll take 2 minutes. A lot of MBA schools started in Gujarat, and now many of them have died. Similarly, nobody has examined what are the reasons why startups fail. So one thing which needs to be done is to ensure that in our country there is a problem of child death. Similarly, the startup deaths should be avoided. That is one thing. Secondly, GTU and others can create a council or register or database of mentors and startups and let them interact with each other so that at least they gain something out of the knowledge or whatever it is. And thirdly, GTU or any other units, venture or anybody, should take up a challenge of creating 5 successful startups from Ahmedabad. Now you talked about patent registration. Talk to the government. They are going to give 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs of rupees to the accelerator. Tell them to give specific money for patent registration. This is a specific money which the government has to give.
Could I clarify a little bit? They have a policy. In fact, Gujarat government made the policy in 2002, and they have a policy to give a 50% return on patents. Problem with Professor that we discussed with the finance minister also, and he agreed candidly that the problem is now the requirement is the student need to make a red ribbon file and go thrice to the Udyog Bhavan or somewhere else in a year to get it done. But the process is, if that resources can be flexibly leveraged at the college level or the university level or some easy clearances money, the time for clearances of getting things done will be less and they will focus more on the other part. So
there are 2 issues involved. The government has the money
process.
In fact, in 2012, when our first report was passing out, we had a talk with an officer who is dealing with this particular thing in January. He assured Hiranmaya that we will give the money as soon as the projects are ready. When ultimately in April, May, when we started conducting the exam, and when our projects were ready for going for patent, they said each student has to file an application.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to you.
Then of course in a few months you will get it. Now, what can we do? Because basically, first of all, GTU is not a part of the patent process. We are only facilitators. Because the student has worked at his college or he may have worked in some SMU. And there is no way our patent office will allow us to be anywhere in the system. We don't want actually to share the patent process or his knowledge. Why we don't want to share? If we have not contributed, then why should we? If we contribute, then only we have a right to ask for it. Now, because we are not involved, we cannot file an application. How every student is going to file the application in the Udyog Bhavan, follow it up and get the money. So not a single student got it. In January, Hiranmaya was assured that there is money and
money is there. Professor, money is not an issue. But probably the innovation is in the process. Professor, आपने कहा कि interlink कैसे करें?
तो पैसा जब publication हो जाता है उसके बाद grant होता है.
And you know the pen point what he told with the government, he debated again on behalf of the students. He told, look, you are talking to reimbursement. The student, if he could have the money in the pocket, why will you ask for reimbursement? He needs 20,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees.
Like typical good bank. That will give you loan. That policy is no policy. जब पैसा चाहिए होता है, that time it is not given to them. It is given when it is published, and publication in the patent office takes around 2 to 3 years, sometimes even 5 years, 10 years. So
they have to charge more money for early publication.
Yeah.
See, can we infuse business sitting here? No. Does a student require MBA degree, engineering degree to become a businessman? No. It's acumen which works.
Skills.
Acumen. In business, skill is for innovation. In business, with acumen which works. That is why I always say that pre-incubation plays a major role. Pre-incubation should be in the hands of institution, and incubation should be in the hands of either entrepreneur or chamber of commerce or someone. Now, what is the duty of pre-incubation? I work internationally also for startups. Now there is a Jew Israeli student who has patent of getting glucose reading by putting your palm on computer monitor. No blood test. Just I get information next day that Bhagesh, are you interested to invest? That kind of platform, before networking, we require that kind of platform where students can go. In our country, what is happening? Either we are making technopreneurs, agripreneurs and entrepreneurs. We have made everyone startup, which is very wrong. We have to bifurcate them. Now technopreneurs, they have many possibilities. They innovate, they can sell their product and patent rights. First option, they don't want to become entrepreneur. They have innovated, they want to sell and they want to innovate another thing. Second thing is, they can sell it to many, get the royalty. That is what is option I am working for. And the third thing is, another startup can join hand who wants to become an entrepreneur, and they can work together. It could be international partnership or national partnership. We must create such platform post-incubation.
One data I will quote, Professor, that Percy is arguing, we also argue that. In fact, the entire funnel has to be inverted. If you support 100,000 kids, then 10,000 is easy, right? So one data is there, in which it's in fact the study which you did in Ahmedabad is, there are 5 times more number of startups who are operating from their own place than incubators. So only relying on approach of incubators and infrastructure-based process may need, will leave out a lot of other people. So
see, actually the information is not coming up to business community.
True.
Today I am so excited to meet him. I don't want to exchange cards with many, but these 3-4 guys, I want to exchange
so
cards.
Thank Professor Swastibuddhan.
Thank you so very much for that.
So anyway, we'll connect you anyway.
You have been represented in front of Saurabh Bhai and all.
Yeah.
They need post box number at least.
Absolutely.
See, the moment it has to come to the business community. Now imagine if Sharat's initiative, the work he has done, goes to SHM website or CII website or any website. Don't you think he will get entrepreneurs who are already in solar business?
Yeah.
Don't they want to increase their efficiency? So but where is the information?
I will give a question to you. Being the head of the Asokam boss here, would you start it to start with?
That's why I wanted to exchange the card.
Okay. So I think in the local industry chambers, in fact, let me tell you, we wrote a letter to all industry chambers in India, district chambers, and the first industry chambers in the whole country who came to support student startup was Marathwada Chamber of Commerce. They came Ahmedabad. Yes. They came Ahmedabad with cash, telling that we are going to support it. Professor, in fact, मराठवाड़ा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स की जो पूरी डेलीगेशन है वो यहाँ पर आया, बोला कि हम करेंगे. आज तक हमने सिर्फ पॉलिसी की, टैक्सेशन की लॉबी करते थे, अब हम इनोवेटर्स की बात करेंगे और एंटरप्रेन्योर्स की बात करेंगे. तो आई थिंक द पॉइंट दैट मैडम वी आर मेकिंग फ्रॉम इंडस्ट्री चैम्बर्स, फ्रॉम CII or FICCI is you can create a better reach in the market access.
Yes.
And the students don't have time to get it done in colleges.
And the institution, educational institutions. Yes. They see India is not that famous for education. Our ratings are very low. उनको उसमें तो justice पहले कर लेंगे दो, फिर entrepreneurs में करेंगे.
Okay. So the data that I told in your context is the pre-incubation. One thing that Professor also came out is, to create this, if you look at this kind of input that we are getting, so probably one thing is how to build an ecosystem. So affiliated type system, decentralized colleges, around the city there might be 30-40 colleges. How do we create 500 district ecosystems in this whole nation, have their own DNA, not copycat, because Rajkot cannot be copied to Surendranagar. Second thing, how do you create processes to facilitate ecosystem? Because there might be processes like people coming together, and third could be kind of external incentives, and not when I mean incentives, what Vikas used to tell me, the incentive may not be a financial incentive. it could be an incentive for sitting together and sharing ideas and getting interlinks. Because there are more investors जो कहते हैं कि हमें.
Sorry to interrupt. I have suggestion for that too. Every government, the industry department in every state and the central government, they can have a nodal officer or a nodal office for startups.
That will talk to the finance minister. That will talk to the finance minister tomorrow or after tomorrow.
That's tomorrow's agenda. That's tomorrow's agenda.
No, but it is like if we share in front of him, the strength increases, it doubles.
Absolutely. So one thing I think the good part is, Professor, is industry people are telling users. Otherwise, we think industry consumes us. But it is first time that it's happening that they are coming and telling users. Rather than consuming us to users approach that you are proposing is something typically big.
At CAC3, what we want is that technology startups and small technology businesses in the city, they should come together. I have been telling people that we don't have very excellent place, but whatever we have, I have been saying that outside CAC3 lab, we have a lot of free space. I have been saying put some sofas there and let it become the meeting ground for technical people in the evening. Once in a week, they should say, well, now I have to take my family to this particular place. Come here, take a cup of tea, talk to the student entrepreneurs who are working here, and then go. So what we want is a place where we can attract these people. I don't know how we can do it, but ultimately every one of our CIC3s is required to become a watering hole for technology enterprises around. There will be technology enterprises in the city. They should come. If let's say a technology entrepreneur from somewhere else comes, he wants to spend an evening. Our place should be good enough for attracting such people. So that is what we want. Of course, as I said, the facilities in universities may not be very great because state universities are funded on the model created by East India Company, which never wanted great universities. So we as a nation want to keep our universities in a starved mode. And therefore, we don't have the kind of facilities which we should have, but then also whatever we have, we want to use them. I actually say, I want to create here a Rajpath Club of technology entrepreneurs.
No, so that's it. Elite club for social activity. I just give you context.
You don't take name of
I don't know how much you have to pay.
Somewhere maybe to be pricing.
Yes, please.
So I think Priyanka has a point. I'll just quickly, please be there.
No, this young man wants to say something. Yes.
Sir, recently you said, I had a discussion with Hiran sir also, sir. I had a discussion with the Municipal Commissioner of Rajkot.
Yes.
And I made sir also that they are willing to give space from the RMC to students to perform such activities if students are really willing. So we can even take help. You told that we need place for CIC3. They have got a very big community hall and one floor is full for that.
Students जाके म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर को समझा कर आ जाते हैं. जब colleges
We are quite prepared.
colleges B2B होते हैं.
Now sir, the point was very simple. What we believe is sir, that many of times sir I have heard that you quote that we have failed in the MBA colleges. I am
We will take that apart because we have a serious points to be taken up. So we'll go into those points. Okay. We'll come those discussions point.
But anyway,
let the momentum be in this place.
Please meet me afterwards. We will definitely want to set up a CIC3 right in Rajkot.
So Professor, what happened is like this. In the discussion, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh wrote a letter to all municipal commissioners. When the student delegation came and told Chandrababu Naidu that we need a space in the city because our colleges are far away, but Dr. Rawal college, B2B college, bus to bus college. So then the first state, Andhra Pradesh did that. In all districts they got it. Then the students came to New, they went to their own municipal commissioners. When this agitation came up, you might be listening, a lot of agitation in Gujarat, but there are some positive agitations happening from the students. And these people came to the municipal commissioner telling that, look, you have a lot of space, can you give us for the evening hours to do something? And then we took that to a finance minister discourse in Ahmedabad Management Association, in which he candidly told, we will communicate with the universities and we will create those kind of pre-incubation, co-working spaces right in the city so that the colleges who are far away can come and work in the evening. These are common properties and common infrastructures that can be used.
In fact, municipal commissioners have this power, all the municipal commissioners of all the cities have this power to allocate any government space to of public
Utility. Public utility.
If the municipal commission believes that that's for public utility,
We check the legality. We check the legality. How Andhra Pradesh did and other. We get us these files in place. We talk to the.
So that is the power vested with the municipal commission.
So that is what we want, ultimately.
So that
the
means centers.
policy is very clear that we have to establish 25 CICs across the state. But each one of them has got to be in the center of the population center. See, you give me some place somewhere in a corner where a student has to travel 10 kilometers or a girl cannot come, then I will not take that particular space. It may be excellent, but that's not what I require. So what I require is space in the center of the city, which is easily accessible and which should be hopefully safe for the girls also to come and work till late at night. There may not be many girls out of these people, but we want really both girls and boys to work.
The good part is students going and submitting a memorandum to municipal commissioners telling that give us a space, we want to use our 6 hours in the evening to build something. I think this is what really India signing is. How to
they are actually willing to give their problems to students to solve with the help of technology.
So I think Priyanka has a point.
So I just want to second what Nagesh has said.
Yeah.
We are trying to work with Gujarat entrepreneurs and students in the Ahmedabad Gandhinagar cluster. And what we realized, sir, is that there is no dearth of ambition and passion. There is no dearth of big thinking. But where we really lack is pre-incubation, not just infrastructure. Yes, space is important, but also methodologies, pedagogies, access to experts, that can expose students to what is happening in their sector, sectoral trends. What are the trends of the future? How to think big, at the same time how to think small. So think micro, think macro, refine your ideas. All of that is very sorely lacking, and unfortunately, institutions such as us have limited bandwidth. So we can only work with a select few, the select best that we pick out. So recently we are trying to, we're running an accelerator program for Gujarat enterprises. We have 250 plus applications. We had to choose the top 20 that we could support. And I was just feeling so bad because I thought that all of these people have excellent ideas. Unfortunately, I don't have the bandwidth, to groom them. So they're all at different levels.
So one beautiful point that's mentioning is how do we create the supply funnel so that even those people who are in the border can be allowed to experiment early in the college time, so that if somebody experiments in college time, the risk is mitigated. So that one thing, Professor, I think CII also published with GIZ the report, and also I get to know that one of the major issue why that point he mentioned, the startup mortality rate, one major reason why a couple of good ecosystems like Silicon Valley succeeded because they allowed their students to experiment at 19 and 20. So by the time of 28 and 29, they tried 3 to 4 times. So the risk mitigation gets spread out in the question to us. Whereas what is happening in typical IIMs or even in our context, somebody start at 27 and 28, get one chance and that to throw social pressure. So rather than looking at typical model, so if you are, I don't say you copy a Silicon Valley model, we can have our own model that you mentioned in the speech that Indus Valley model होना जरूरी है, लेकिन कुछ ऐसी चीजें जो experiments हुए हैं, मान लीजिए कि can we back integrate the incubation processes to the institutions? Can we allow them to experiment when they are 18, 19 in the first year of engineering? And that's what the Bhagesh and Priyanka told, let the pre-incubation in the college system itself. You mentioned the MOOC credit points, so now they have a time and course in place. So integrating the pre-incubation into the colleges, integrating incubation into the common places, what Professor Agarwal told, CIC3 and centers, and then accelerators who are specialized in that point, probably can create an Elon Musk in this.
And the other point that I want to make as we were discussing here in United Savarkantha is that institutions that have so much heft can actually go to the government and raise a prototyping grant fund. The students need between 2 to 5 lakhs to build the initial prototypes. No angel investors are ready to come in at this point. There is absolutely no funding. There is no seed funding. This is like pre-seed. So we, if we go and we ask for prototyping grant fund, we are not going to get it. But institutions with heft such as
a single hammer that can hammer to this point can literally make 10x ideas coming to support systems. A single hammer, if somebody convinced.
I want to, so I think we have experimented being an AICT institution on providing grant support to the students' ideas. So we support, I think we get around 70 to 80 odd projects from the student, and we choose around 22 projects just for this particular startup to invest just 2.5 lakh and 3.5 lakh to them in terms of initiative. There is a grant that's provided to them. It is not a typical funding. The best part is that once we announce this particular, that we are going to help them in terms of providing funding, lot many corporates, they come down and started investing in the same idea. So I think there's a better process that if the institution can provide better funding to the student's idea, then the other corporate will get a confidence that okay, the institute is investing, so we can also invest in the idea. And we got requests from Mahindra and other companies who are ready to fund on those ideas. Just started out with a very small amount of funding from the institute, and that we have to support.
5 ideas. Last year we funded 4 lakhs each.
That
This class would make it and get it done. I think it's a good start, but many more experiments can be done. I will just request Professor Rao, there was a couple of points for listening to you and then a response to proceed to DA.
I strongly think AICT could be actually a strong catalyst in creating the ecosystem for tomorrow. I think obviously we all know we're lagging behind quite a bit. But I think pedagogically AICT could play a role in creating that awareness and including in curriculum. And also extracurricular wise in terms of events and like faculty development programs and thirdly also culturally how to create the startup culture because AICT has that reach and scale to do that. I haven't been to, I've talked to IITs and other places, but actually there's hardly anything on. There are few courses in finance and kind of stuff, but nothing actually pedagogical and entrepreneurship. I'm not saying pedagogically entrepreneurs will create entrepreneurs, but at least some kind of knowledge and support. And some colleges I've been working with, I think the curriculum is so outdated. And the today's entrepreneurs is so different from what was happening
in entrepreneurship.
In entrepreneurship. I'm actually working on a startup which creates new business model campuses and kind of stuff. So I think the technology-based startups and other things, I think the curriculum needs to really work out. And I think I suggest AICT could create a pool. I've been a professor myself, but thankfully I had startups of my own, so I understand what happened. So I can bring in something new. But a typical professor with no experience in entrepreneurship and finance is very difficult for it. I'm not blaming the professor, but I think he doesn't bring value to the classroom in terms of creating that atmosphere in entrepreneurship. So I think probably there is a pedagogical, but also the extracurricular in terms of different forums, like a skill set or a committee or faculty development programs to create that new. And honestly, I personally would be very happy if I can contribute to AICT in creating that movement and so any whatever little thing.
One thing, Professor Rao, you clearly is something.
So one thing I would like to add, because we all are riding on a bubble, I'll be very honest. Everybody's talking about startups, which is very good. Something we all miss in the entire discussion is the sustenance model which is required in startups. And when we talk about the overall structure, the freedom and everything, how would you make sure that the sustenance is being incorporated in the thinking capability right at the day one? So, you might have certain startups which are very, I would say, social startups, which is still they are not supposed to be sustainable. But all startups are supposed to be sustainable. And ensuring that the students don't ride on that bubble of having high dreams, of building something which can become big, but not have done enough market research, as Priyanka mentioned, no market research, no competition analysis, no goal, no financial model in place, no revenue model in place. So all of this will become a challenge. To solve this, the easiest solution, which I think the AICT itself can do very easily, is doing co-founders fairs. Now, this is a very simple thing which has been happening long back, since ages, is doing co-founder fairs.
I'll just interrupt. He pioneered something along with his friends there in Maharashtra called Defects.
Yes.
They do it, Samiji had been there. So I think, Professor, what he's telling is slowly migrating from exhibitions and innovation to even entrepreneurship fairs and something like that. In fact, because I remember one thing you used to tell Professor Rao that even the 10,000 colleges of AICT started putting the names of innovative projects and startups in their websites.
Yes.
10,000 colleges together to start with did not cost us anything else. The culture is. The argument is, if a sports bike goes to Olympic, we give them credit. If an athlete performs in Sri Lanka, we give them credit. But if an innovator comes and innovates and starts something for economic creating job, we say it's
So most across all the colleges, you will find that 30 to 40 overlaps happen, 30 to 40% overlapping do happen. Now, how can we make them come together? Why can't they co-found together? If you give that platform where people can find co-founders, which of different industries. So somebody is working on a sports app, and somebody else is doing the technology, somebody else is doing the business model, somebody from the communication side is looking onto that. So being that B, C, D triangle come together, where the business, communication, design, and engineering practices come together, you actually got the right system. So, and you can govern that as well, as in AICT.
Is Expedia not doing that? Is Expedia not doing that?
No, I'm saying at the global, at the India level, right?
Yeah, that's what they are doing.
Hey, don't mind. Yeah, I do want this.
For
Delivery projects.
Yeah, that's what I read that. Yeah.
No. But still, all colleges do not.
तो put it up यार. पर at least अपने कॉलेज के साइड में तो करें. हम ये कह रहे हैं कि अगर वो अपने गली में भी अपने लोगों की इज्जत करना चालू करते हैं, तो सबकी काम तो हो जाएगा.
So we can see if you can see you are policy makers. You know, if you can bring something which can be give freedom, freedom in the pedagogy and the curriculum structures. So rather than just creating engineers for job ready, you bring job readiness as well as business readiness, and give them freedom to take it in the last semester. So 7th and 8th semester can be purely business ready or job ready, and then let them decide what they want to be. Because liberal education is something which everybody's been talking about. So why not give this in for startups to get a liberal platform as well?
Basically, as far as DTU is concerned, we are asking every college for the last 2 years that they should arrange an exhibition of all the projects.
When, sir?
Last year we did it around 2nd of May.
But it is at the end of it.
At end.
Why don't do it at the start of it?
At that time they are not ready.
But they can do a business presentation plan or a presentation plan of what they are thinking of doing.
See, that is, for that we have this minor.
Right.
Minor, if a student takes up, then he can study these other subjects. But as far as the regular studies are concerned, obviously there is no way that you can teach so many extra subjects in the course. But those who are interested can take up. And second, you must understand one thing more. At DTU, we allow any college to choose the elective that they want. So wherever in the course there is an elective, we have specified something. These are the 4 electives. But if a college wants, they can select an elective of their own, inform the university. University will put it to the dean. If it is approved, they are allowed to offer the elective to their own students.
Sir, inspired.
And secondly, we also allow an outstanding student to choose his own elective. So even if his college does not want to do it, but of course we will not allow a student who has too many backlogs and this and that.
You have a copy of that resolution if you need it.
But if there is an outstanding student, then the university allows him to choose an elective that he wants. So he can tell the university, well, I don't like any of these things. I want my own elective. Then we will allow him to do so. Unfortunately, though this rule has been there on our
there would be less takers.
System, there are not many takers. One college particularly has come up and used it for a particular elective in electronics. But we do not have many people, of course. These universities work quite a bit. And secondly, it will lead to losses to the university. Because when I have to examine a single student, I charge him the same fee which he is going to pay to others. But I will have to pay a lot more. You know, for one paper, I have to give 7,500 rupees. Now, this student is going to pay 750 rupees as the examination fee, let's say. Then for one paper, I will have to spend that. But the university has agreed that you can afford it for a few outstanding students. So, is trying to help students do what they want.
Because I will send you the copy of this thing. We will not make it long because the place has been there in the shop. So we will get it up. Two things that students have submitted to us, Professor, is one, there is a study which reveals that 65% of US students in their higher education of technology aspire to entrepreneurs. 50% of Chinese students want to aspire to entrepreneur, and also 57% of Indian students under AICTE aspire. This is a study that Professor Rao and more experts have done. Now, aspiration is high. The conversion is a challenge that we need to solve. So, a couple of systematic strategies, a couple of, you will have hundreds of ecosystems like Ahmedabad in the whole country. So, if you can get some insights, asking them to collaborate whenever you go to some places or something like that, and combining all this and creating a real gigantic process of in place, so that aspirational need converted into the performance. And the last one is some kind of challenges and some kind of triggers by top level push also can give, because that's also a couple of times Gandhi was the first, in fact, to give a challenge award in 1929 of 10. At that time it was 7,700 pounds of 1 lakh, that day valuation, whose net value is 10 crore now. And 200 entries came, and out of that, one product came from that challenge award of Gandhi's sponsorship of money for this award, and that product was Ambal Charkha. Initially the charkha was just different, and this charkha came out to revolutionize the entire textile industry. So in 1929, of that kind of experiments of challenging the ecosystem, getting solutions for a larger goal, probably also need to challenge people, all stakeholders together. So now I think we would like to listen a couple of words. Also the media is here, so obviously they can.
What I suggest is, let's begin the press conference.
Yes, yes.
And there we can begin with an initial statement from Dr.
Shastra now.
Because
I think in higher bodies, may say university or AICT has been reacted to this call very urgently to address this thing. And वो खुद यहाँ पे आया despite his busy schedule in couple of his board meeting there. उन्होंने आज करीब 2 लाख से ज़्यादा बच्चे आज हैंगआउट पे उनको सुने, उनकी बात सुनी. स्वामी जी भी थे, कुछ न्यूजीलैंड के एक्सपर्ट्स आए थे इसमें बात करने के लिए. डॉक्टर रोवाल ने एड्रेस किया कि यहाँ की पॉलिसी कैसे कैसे चीज़ों पे हो रही है और आगे कैसे लेना चाहते हैं. और मेन एजेंडा यही था कि जो यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पे जो स्टूडेंट इनोवेटर्स हैं उनको एंटरप्रेन्योर बनाया जाए, उनको जॉब प्रोवाइडर से जॉब सीकर से जॉब प्रोवाइडर बनाया जाए. उसके लिए जो एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हो रहे हैं उसके बारे में उन्होंने चर्चा करी और उन्होंने काफ़ी कुछ चीज़ें बताई जो उनके पास विजन में है कि वो एक नेशनल लेवल पे जो 2 मिलियन लोग पास आउट होते हैं AICT में लेने के लिए. आई थिंक सर नाउ इट्स अप टू यू टू फाइनली जस्ट शेयर सम ऑफ योर व्यूज.
या स्टार्टअप इंडिया और स्टैंड अप इंडिया स्लोगन न रहते हुए उसको प्रैक्टिकली इम्प्लीमेंट करना बहुत जरूरी है और उसके लिए पॉकेट्स में कुछ ना कुछ होता है. हमारे देश में ऐसा है कि बहुत सारी चीज़ों में अड़थड़े ज़्यादा निर्माण होते हैं, तो ब्यूरोक्रेटिक हैसल्स होते हैं. स्टार्टअप के लिए फंड होता है लेकिन वो मिलता नहीं है, पेटेंट करने के लिए फंड है लेकिन वो उसके लिए मिलता नहीं है. आई थिंक लॉट ऑफ प्रोसेसेस आर रिक्वायर्ड टू बी स्ट्रीमलाइन सो दैट जिसको हम करना चाहते हैं वो आसानी से कर सकें. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. और दूसरी चीज़ है पॉकेट्स में जहाँ जहाँ अच्छी चीज़ें हो रही है वो एक दूसरे को मालूम भी नहीं होती. नेटवर्किंग कम है हमारा. और बड़ौदा में कुछ हो रहा है तो अहमदाबाद को पता नहीं है, पुणे में कुछ हो रहा है तो वहाँ पर बगल में बम्बई के लोगों को पता नहीं होता है. आई थिंक सम काइंड ऑफ ए पोर्टल वेयर एवरीवन विल पुट इन देयर आइडियाज whatever good things they are doing and share the best practices. This is one important thing which we will have to do. उन्होंने अभी कहा कि टेकपीडिया में सभी इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस के फाइनल ईयर के प्रोजेक्ट्स जो है वो अपलोड करने की रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ IIM अहमदाबाद से प्रोफेसर अनिल गुप्ता ने अभी 4-5 साल से कर रहे हैं. लेकिन कितनी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ कर रही है? नहीं कर रही है. हमारे यहाँ कई बार रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी ने ये करना है करके मैंडेटरी जब बनाएंगे तभी करेंगे. अपने आप बहुत सारे जगह में नहीं करते हैं. तो कुछ अच्छी चीज़ों के लिए मैंडेटरी करना जरूरी है तो करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन बहुत सारी चीज़ें वॉलंटरली हो सकती है और उनका मिलन और उनको एक दूसरे से मिलाना जरूरी है. अभी जब बात हो रही थी तब मुझे ऐसा भी लगा कि एक जैसा हम इको टूरिज्म बोलते हैं, व्हाई नॉट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप टूरिज्म डेवलप किया जाए, जिसके माध्यम से कुछ स्टूडेंट जो इंटरेस्टेड है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में, दे विल गो इन दैट 10 days टूर और 15 days टूर, विजिट अहमदाबाद. हियर there is a very good ecosystem here. There is an ecosystem in Bangalore, there is an ecosystem in Pune, there is an ecosystem in Hyderabad. Some cities have developed fairly good ecosystem. तो वहाँ जाके वहाँ की practices और how angel investors करते हैं ये सब हो सकता है. दूसरी चीज़ है कि यहाँ अभी बताया गया कि बाद में इन्वेस्टमेंट तो हो सकता है, लेकिन पहले प्रोजेक्ट को सक्सेसफुल बनाने के लिए, प्रोटोटाइपिंग करने के लिए जो फंड लगता है उसकी यानी सुविधा है नहीं है. तो मेरे ख्याल से प्रॉब्ली एट द कॉलेज लेवल दोज हु आर वेरी मोटिवेटेड टू टेक अप एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एज वन ऑफ देयर कोर एरियाज, थिंक उनको एक छोटा सा फंड थ्रू देयर ओन रिसोर्सेज एज वेल एज रिक्वेस्टिंग इंडस्ट्री, more important alumni who have gone out and become successful entrepreneurs, a small fund can be generated and through which any good idea which is funneled, hundreds of ideas may come in, but उसमें से सक्सेसफुल होने की चांसेस जिसमें ज़्यादा है, ऐसे एक 10-15 आइडियाज़ को हर साल यदि सपोर्ट करने लगेंगे तो प्रोटोटाइप भी डेवलप होगा ड्यूरिंग द बीटेक प्रोजेक्ट टाइम इटसेल्फ. उसको बाद में नेचुरली एंजल फंडिंग मिल ही जाएगी. इफ इट इज़ गुड एनीवे देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर रेडी टू सपोर्ट. तो इनिशियल फंडिंग का ये व्यवस्था हो सकती है. तो हो सकता है एट ए नेशनल लेवल कैन देयर बी ए स्मॉल फंड क्रिएटेड फॉर दिस एंड वेरेवर इट रिक्वायर्ड वी कैन, provided they bring in that kind of value to that, we can fund that. This is also another possibility which exists. Or not just general entrepreneurship, but today we all talk about even what is known as social entrepreneurship. and that is also scalable, and we must look into that. Because in a country like India with large population still deprived of several things, I think whether it is healthcare, education, and a variety of things where we do not reach out, why not college students start looking at the problems that they observe in different places and take them as a challenging assignment, develop a plan, which we may not call business plan probably, but call as social entrepreneurship plan, and create kind of an environment whereby small funding is possible. And such an experiment has already been done in two places. One in Hubli, Deshpande Foundation, and from that we also learned in Pune, which is fully supported by industry, and small funding ranging from 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 rupees is given to a group of 3 to 4 students, and they take up that challenging problem which is there in the society, find out a solution, workable solution, and if some of them are interested, there are a lot of people who are ready to fund and they can scale it up. And this is how probably we can reach out to the nooks and corners of the country in terms of entrepreneurial ecosystem. And once that is developed, creating 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 1 million entrepreneurs is a matter of time. It is very easily possible. As rightly pointed out, 57% of the students are willing to take up. This was not the case about a decade or two ago. Every parent wanted his son or daughter to join only a government job, and not even a private job. Even if it is a good multinational job, they were not interested. But today the things have changed. People are willing to, parents are willing to support, teachers are willing to support, students are willing to take risk. What is required is also early risk taking is important. Therefore, at the age of 17, 18, in fact, when they are in the engineering college in the first year or in the first year of their diploma, when they are at the age of 17, 18, 16, I think that is the best time to take risk. There is nothing to lose. Only if they fail, very good. Start early, fail early, and then learn from that and go ahead. I think that is the mantra which has to be followed, and many places it is happening. But what is important is some of these are leaders, in terms of principals, like directors, vice chancellors, they should also understand this philosophy. That is where sometimes there is a disconnect. Because students are willing, but many times our faculty also say, no, pehle padhai karo yaar, wo sab kaam mein ja rahe. But wherever such opportunities are provided, whatever college facilities are there are made available 24/7, round the clock. Students have simply floored everyone, I'm telling you, floored. They have developed several innovative products, and the sky is the limit, and that is possible. I think with these few opening remarks, I think it is fine.
Thank you, sir.